Hello everyone and welcome back to the UCLA Bruins Dynasty. If you're looking at the same screen I am, you're seeing that UCLA has yet to play Indiana, which doesn't make any sense because we obviously saw us lose that game in the last episode. For whatever reason, that just didn't save. This is my first time opening it since then, so we're just going to do a forced loss and advance the week. So with that quickly out of the way, we will now face off against LSU, who is currently ranked 20th and 2-1 on this season. Sorry for the delay between episodes. I did run into my midterms in my college semester and they really kind of screwed me up, but now we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming. One quick change I'm going to make to the depth chart is I'm going to put in TJ Harden as the third down back. For whatever reason, Keegan Jones just appears to be getting all of the carries, despite the fact that TJ Harden is easily our best running back. And I think it's because a lot of the plays that the AI runs is with the third down running back in the game, which was Keegan Jones. I don't want to just never see Keegan, but I do want to see mostly TJ. So I want to get right into the action as quickly as possible in this episode. We're probably going to go through about 4 games, but we'll kind of take it by ear. In terms of recruiting, here is what we're looking at. We did just get locked out of a recruit. That is George Okine, as we are no longer at a B- for championship contender. It's super unfortunate. He is a 5-star, but we are just not playing super well at the moment. I will leave him on the board because there is a chance he comes back to us. And it's the same thing for Desmond Brown and Gideon Ekajuba. And we've been completely locked out of Damian Thomason. In fact, a lot of guys on our list are deal breakers at the moment due to championship contender. Need to find some wins if we're going to get these guys back in the fold. The biggest concern I have right now is that Anthony Crum is just so far being taken away by Oregon, and there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I have switched him to a hard sell instead of sending the house, but that's the best I can do at the moment. But let's get into some action versus this LSU squad. This is a really good football team, a lot better than us on paper, and currently top 20 in the nation. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to Death Valley as the UCLA Bruins take on the LSU Tigers. The Bruins looking to get their season back on track after a rough start, losing to Indiana a week ago, and now facing off against an SEC opponent in LSU. And if this is your first time catching the series, we sort of watch the play-by-play in the simulation and then hop in when we feel it is necessary. So LSU starts with the football, and it is initially an incomplete pass and then a sack, then a huge pickup for Mac Markway. But then UCLA turns it around, causes a 4th and 4, and I imagine that there will be a punt here, although they kind of are in this no man's land territory. So I'm interested to see if they're going for it. No, they are indeed punting it away. So we will hop in for the first drive of the UCLA offense here against LSU. The defense doing a good job getting a stop. This one is TJ Harden on the reception, and he gets no gain. Garber's not been off to the best start this season. Hopefully he gets it back on track today. This time he will hand it off, and that is Harden again, getting about 4 yards this time, which sets up a 3rd and 6. Please don't go 3 and out. On the first drive of the day, Garber's to throw, goes deep over the middle. He has a man wide open. It's Logan Loya. He can't beat his man down the field, but he does get all the way to the LSU 24. And the Bruins playing in a tempo offense. They're going to hurry this up to the line, but nearly in the red zone already after the huge reception from Logan Loya. Garber's out of the shotgun, throws quickly again, and that one is completed. I didn't get to see the number of who that was to. I think that was probably J. Michael Sturdivant. Either way, Garber's back to throw again on 2nd and 4, and he's going to throw an interception. That's what you get. You get a deep ball down the field from Ethan Garbers to Logan Loya, but then you get the interception just a couple plays later. LSU looking like they were going to give up points. Instead, they get the turnover. So now we'll see if the defense can get another stop immediately. They've got them on a 3rd and 8, and they forced the 3 and out. Look at the defense actually playing pretty well, giving the offense an opportunity. 50-yard punt with an 18-yard return from TMA. And then a touchdown on the very next play. We missed it. J. Michael Sturdivant with a 43-yard touchdown reception only a few plays later. And the Bruins will take the lead here in the early stages against LSU. And then a kickoff return touchdown. I'm missing all the action. A kickoff return touchdown by Caden Durham of LSU is going to tie this football game back up. You can't make this stuff up, man. So the UCLA offense back on the field, and immediately Garbers is taking a sack from Savion Jones. And then they'll set up a 3rd and 15. Let's hop in for this play, see if they can somehow manage to convert this. 3rd and a long ways to go. You got to get to the 35. Garbers has Harden in the backfield with him. And he will, of course, look to throw. Running out of time, man in his face, but gets it to J. Michael Sturdivant, who does pick up the first down yardage all the way up to the 37. Can't believe they were able to convert that one. We'll jump back into the sim, and now it's a 3rd and 8. And this time, no conversion. They will punt it away. It's a 2nd and 12 after a penalty for LSU. And now they're on a 3rd and 9. And let's hop in for a play with the defense this time. 7-7 still to score. A couple minutes left in the first quarter still. Back to pass and throwing left side. That one is completed. A first down for the Tigers. Let's go ahead and jump in for the rest of this possession. 1st and 10 out of the pistol for LSU. And it's going to be a handoff, and no tackle from behind. Breaking away is the LSU running back, and down he goes in the red zone. Henderson having to make the tackle. I'm not sure who that was on the defensive line that failed to make the tackle, but it ended up being a big play because of it. 1st and 10 from the 19. They're back to pass again. And towards the end zone, touchdown Tigers on just the next 2 plays. It's Mac Markway with the touchdown reception. The sophomore tight end finding the end zone, and they will take the lead. So we fast forward into the UCLA Bruins' next offensive drive. It's 4th and 1 from the 47. I don't want to miss this if they do, in fact, go for it. So we'll jump in. No, they are punting it away. Back to the play-by-play. LSU with the football once again. 3rd and 1 situation, they get a first. Now an 11-yard rush for Josh Williams. It's another first. So 3rd and 7 here. Nope, another first. As Caleb Jackson, the backup halfback, gets the reception. 2nd and 3 now, and let's hop in for the rest of this drive with the defense. They got a couple stops early on, but now struggling against LSU. As Nussmeier, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, and he's got Caleb Jackson in the backfield with them, but this will be a throw to Kyron Lacey on the reception. Brings them to the UCLA side of the field. 1st and 10 from the 46 as Nussmeier to throw again. And he's going deep down the field. It's going to be intercepted. And that is, I'm actually not positive who that was. I don't have him written down as one of my starters. Number 9. I'll take a look at it in just a second. But it's a pick for the Bruins, as they will take back over. LSU having a mistake of their own now. Kalen Moore, the senior corner. For whatever reason, I did not have him written down on my list as one of our starting corners. Happy to see him giving us the ball, though. We'll hop in for this possession with the offense. Just gifted an opportunity by the corner, the senior corner, Kalen Moore. And now with TJ Harden in the backfield, he is going to get the carry. Breaks a tackle. And wow, they say that's only a pickup of 1. I thought that was more like a pickup of 3 or so, as Garbers sends Harden out wide and then hands off to Keegan Jones, who does not find much yardage here and sets up a 3rd and 7. From the 24, big 3rd down for the Bruins. Garbers back to pass, 5-man rush, but a well-placed throw. That is caught by J. Michael Sturdivant. That brings us to a 1st and 10 at the 37 as Garbers back to pass again, just takes the underneath drag route to Sturdivant, outruns a defender and has another first as he approaches midfield. Garbers up to 150 yards so far in the day with a touchdown and a pick. 5 minutes left to play here in the second. This is going to be a quick throw to Harden, who makes a couple guys miss and ends up with about 6 yards. Not too bad for the halfback. We advance to the next play. It's 2nd and 4 from the 46. Garbers on the RPO. Checks it down. That's TMA who makes the reception to set up a 3rd down and 2. Could potentially see them going to the ground here. Keegan Jones is the back, and it does go to him. Finds a lane and has more than a first. Up to the LSU 35 for Keegan Jones. 3 minutes left to play in the half now. Garbers leading this offense well down the field. TJ Harden checks back into the backfield, and he will get the carry. falls forward for a pickup of 5. It gets 2nd and 5 from the 30 as Garbers to throw again, and it's his 2nd interception of the day, trying to hit TMA over the middle, and it's picked. Do we need to have a conversation about Ethan Garbers? Should somebody else be starting? Garbers once again throwing a pick. It's Whit Weeks, the sophomore linebacker, on the interception, and LSU will take over. So we need a big stop on this drive from the defense. 3rd and 7, they immediately force it. So LSU will punt it away, and UCLA has the football once again, and every time it's a one-play touchdown. You guys got to relax with this stuff. Xavier Staples, a 64-yard touchdown from Ethan Garbers. It's every time that I simulate for even a little bit, they get one huge play, and I don't get to watch. So it's going to be 14-14, but they did not chew any clock at all. Obviously, still 1 minute and 8 seconds, and all of the timeouts for LSU. Let's jump in for the end of this first half. So 1st and 10 from the 32 for Nussmeier and the LSU offense, as he will throw, and that's intercepted. It's picked off once again. That's KJ Wallace on the interception. And now UCLA will have the opportunity to take the lead over LSU off of the pick thrown by Garrett Nussmeier. Well, now we'll obviously hop in for this offensive possession for the Bruins. This is a huge opportunity as Garbers will look to throw. He has the check down to Harden if he wants it, but he takes the throw to TMA instead, who gets a first. Actually, they credit him with a first there. So from the 20, they're basically inside the red zone. 51 seconds left to play in the half. Garbers back to throw. He has Harden if he wants him, and he does, and that's going to be another first for TJ Harden. And UCLA will call a timeout. I don't necessarily agree with that call, but it is what it is. 46 seconds from the 9, 1st and goal. Garbers almost hit as he throws it over the middle to TJ Harden, who dives his way into the end zone. Touchdown Bruins. UCLA with the pick from KJ Wallace. And then Garbers getting his 3rd touchdown pass on the day, throws it to TJ Harden, the junior halfback, who finds his way into the end zone. And we'll take a lead over LSU here very late in the 2nd quarter. 38 seconds and 3 timeouts for LSU is kind of a lot of time. So we're going to actually go ahead and watch the end of the half here. I figured the half was going to end a while ago, but now we've had 3 possessions since I said that. Do you think Nussmeier still goes to the air? He does, even after the interceptions, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. Jake Busick in the backfield off the blitz. Nussmeier pushed out wide, and Busick covering the edge. It's going to be 2nd and 20, and I think at that point, they'll probably let it go to the half. They are going to run one final play, and it's just a quick throw. That is a dangerous throw, but it is completed, and we'll head to halftime. So a great start for the Bruins. And what in the world happened? Is UCLA driving in the red zone already? How did this happen? We just started the 3rd quarter, and it seems like we're already in LSU territory. I did not see a big kick return happen. Very odd. Yeah, we are on the LSU side of the field. I did not see how that happened in the simulation. It must have just been a huge kickoff return, but it's 2nd and 8. Garbers hit as he throws, but finds his man. It's Logan Loya on the 1st down reception. Garbers up over 250 yards on the day. 3 touchdowns, but with the 2 interceptions. I mean, he is a gunslinger if ever there was one. We got a first from the 27, and Garbers goes over the middle, finds TMA, who's going to be inside the 10, I think, with forward progress. That's TMA's 5th catch on the day. So we're at the 10. It's basically goal to go. Garbers going to fake the handoff and throw for Logan Loya again. He breaks the tackle, but goes down at the 4. It's not considered 2nd and goal, but it basically is. TJ Harden still the back in the backfield. This ball does go to him. Doesn't decide to cut that up the middle. Probably a mistake. Loses a yard there because of it. Still Harden in the backfield, but I imagine on 3rd and 5 they're going to the air, and Garbers does indeed. It's a 4-man rush. He's running backwards. Maybe he thinks his kicker likes the longer kicks, as Garbers just turns around and heads to the opposite end zone before taking what was, I believe, a 13-yard sack from Jacobian Guillory. So now it's going to be a field goal attempt and a longer one than it would have been, but I'm pretty sure this will be almost automatic. Still basically a chip shot. It's like right down the middle, and it is good. So UCLA will extend their lead here in the second half, though would have loved the touchdown. So LSU officially on upset alert, I would say. 24-14 for the Bruins. 13-yard reception for Mac Markway. We'll just jump forward in this drive. They've got another first, 2nd and 8. A big pickup for Josh Williams, a 26-yard reception. So we'll hop in. Nearing the red zone are the Tigers. Nussmeier out of the shotgun. He's got Williams in the backfield with him, and it's a delayed handoff to him, but we're there to make the play. That was Jay Toya, the defensive tackle. 2nd and 11 after the TFL for Toya from the 28. Nussmeier will hand it off again, and we're all over it again. Devin Kirkwood in on the tackle with another UCLA defender. And it's a 3rd and 11 here. Could be a big stand for the UCLA defense. Bend but don't break. Nussmeier with time to throw. He's stepping up. Hit from behind as he throws. And it falls incomplete. That's Kane Madrano with the pressures. And Garrett Nussmeier celebrating, nearly taking a sack there, I guess. And so I'm assuming this will be a field goal attempt, and it is. It's a pretty long one. 45-yard field goal attempt from the left hash for LSU. This would make it just a single possession lead for the Bruins. That is good. Really good kickoff return from Keegan Jones means that UCLA has the ball right around their own 30. Pickup of 4 to start the new drive. It's a 3rd and 1, and now it's a big 1st and 10. 14-yard reception for Moliki Matavao. I feel like we haven't called his name yet today. That could be his first catch. I'm jumping into this game a lot because obviously it's versus LSU and we're currently on track to upset. So the amount I'm going to jump into a game is going to vary heavily depending on how big of a deal it is, as TMA makes the reception on the RPO. Garber's now over 300 yards on the day. 2nd and 1 from the 37. This is where you take a deep shot maybe, or you run the exact same play again. Very gutsy call from the offensive coordinator. And that makes it a 1st and 10 at the 24 as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. Garber's is out of the shotgun, and it is not the same play 3 times in a row. This time he is taking a deep shot. He's got a man. It's J. Michael Sturdivant. Ethan Garbers with the deep ball. Sturdivant beating his man down the field, and it's a touchdown for the UCLA Bruins, looking to upset the LSU Tigers here today. After a rough loss versus Indiana, we're looking primed for a victory today. A great deep ball, by the way, from Ethan Garbers. Just a perfect dot to Sturdivant, and that is 6. Back up to a 2-possession lead for the Bruins. Let's see what LSU can do. They can score on the very first play. You guys always do this to me. I jump ahead 1 play, and you get huge touchdowns. A 75-yard touchdown from Nussmeier to Xavion Thomas for a touchdown. Makes it a 1-possession game as we head into the 4th quarter. That's big in terms of momentum. LSU surely going to have basically all of it after that. We jump ahead into the 4th quarter. UCLA with the football, 11 minutes left to play, and they have to punt it away. And now LSU has the football on our side of the field, and they have all of the momentum. Starting from the UCLA 40 after the punt, Nussmeier will hand it off. That is Josh Williams on the carry, and he finds 7 yards. Just over 10 minutes left to play as Nussmeier out of the pistol fakes it to Williams, keeps it himself, but he's met by a number of UCLA defenders, including the safety. Brian Addison is the guy who I saw back there. 3rd and 3 from the 34. Throw down the field, wide open is the halfback who was out wide, Josh Williams. Touchdown LSU. And just like that, this game is going to be tied up at 31 apiece. So an explosion from the Bruins, and now suddenly a collapse as this game is tied back up. And maybe LSU going to sneak back in and take the dub. 31-31. Wow, another really good return. We'll start from around our own 35. 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. A 1st down for UCLA. That's another big 3rd down, an incompletion or at least the pass is knocked away on 4th and 7. So now LSU with the football, tie game, and they have all of the momentum. So that touchdown pass to end the third quarter really hurting us right now. Incomplete pass from Nussmeier. 3rd and 8. They get a big first to Kyron Lacey. And now are they going to be on the move this drive? Another big 3rd down here. They get the first again. And now they're moving, and that's a huge carry for Josh Williams. And it's 1st and 10 from the 10. Let's hop in. Need a stand from the defense. Need them to force the field goal to give the offense the chance to take the lead back. As Nussmeier will throw over the middle. And that's Lacey again on the reception. Sets up a 2nd and 4 from the 4. Loaded box for both teams. Is this going to be a run? They send a man to the left. And it is a handoff to Williams, but he stood up in the backfield. Josh Williams over 100 yards on the day, but nothing there. 3rd and 3 from the 3 would be a big 3rd down stop, but it's a throw to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. It's C.J. Daniels on the touchdown grab, and they have fought all the way back from down 14 to now up by 7, assuming the PAT is good. A total collapse here late in the 3rd and now into the 4th quarter for UCLA. I don't know what happened, but here we are, now down a touchdown. 2:22 left to play. What is Garbers made of? Has 2 interceptions on the day, but otherwise has played very well. Garbers throws quickly, kind of a hospital pass to Sturdivant there, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. 38-31 LSU. Need a 2-minute touchdown drive here from Garbers and the Bruins offense. Garbers quick check down. That's not going to be enough for the first. I think that's TMA there on the reception. So now it's 3rd and 2, a minute 50 left to play. Garbers to throw again. Wants a shot down the field. It's into double coverage. And now it's 4th and 2. And the game pretty much comes down to this. If you don't convert this 4th down, they're in field goal range, which would make it a 2-possession lead. They run the football to TJ Harden. Definitely a surprising decision. The 1st down is all you needed, though, so I respect the run play call. Just give yourself more opportunities. 1 minute 30, Garbers, as he finds his tight end who does not step out of bounds. So the clock keeps moving. 2nd and 7, a minute 20 left to play. Garbers, decent pocket, checks it down to Logan Loya. And now they'll call their first timeout at midfield on the dot. I hate the way the CPU uses its timeouts, but hey, at least both teams suck at it. Garbers on a running back screen. It's dropped by TJ Harden. Now it's 2nd down at midfield. We'll send Harden in motion to the left. Garbers pump fakes, but then decides to throw to Harden anyway. And I mean, he gets some yardage, but he doesn't get out of bounds. So now it's 3rd and 6. You have a minute left to play. You don't technically have to get all of it right now. All of the yardage, that is, for the first. It is 4 down territory. Could just take a little short pass. Looks like they're looking deep down the field, though. Garbers running out of time. He fumbles the football. It's being bobbled by the UCLA O-line, and it's recovered by LSU, and it's gonna be a fumble 6. Just when it looked like LSU was on upset alert, UCLA throws it away. A fitting way to end. LSU takes the victory. It was a scary one. Probably should have lost this game, but they win the 4th quarter 21-0, which leads to them winning the entire game. Nussmeier with 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. It was really that 3rd quarter deep shot, the 75-yard touchdown for LSU that I think turned the tide of this one. They just gained all the momentum instantly and just never looked back, and UCLA completely crumbled. Garbers with 3 turnovers. He has a lot of turnovers so far this season. 2 picks and a fumble. If you take a look at player stats, we'll of course look at the UCLA stats. Here's Garbers' numbers. He was actually really, really good, other than the turnover issues. 4 touchdowns through the air, 396 yards. Did, of course, throw 2 picks. Rushing, Harden did not get a lot of carries, only 9 carries for 27. He was pretty inefficient. Jones was more efficient than him. Something to keep in mind. Garbers, of course, having the fumble as well. J. Michael Sturdivant, 9 for 137 and 2 touchdowns, an absolute stud. TMA, 6 grabs for 47. He seems to be the preferred short yardage target. And then Logan Loya had a good chunk of yardage as well. Only 5 catches, but did have 87 yards. And then Xavier Staples Doesn't get a lot of catches, but did get a touchdown today. Defensively, it's Jalen Davies that led us in solo tackles, but Henderson and Oladejo who lead us in total tackles, and Jay Toya leads the way in TFLs with 2. We did get to the quarterback twice, once by Jake Busick and once by Keanu Williams, and it was KJ Wallace and Kalen Moore with interceptions. A game that we should have won, I think. That's for certain. So the Bruins dropped to 1-2 and will quickly advance the week. See how recruiting is going. And now we get to play number 4 ranked Oregon, but I mean, at least we're at home, but it does not get any easier. After what should have been a win against LSU, we got to face a really good Oregon Ducks team. So check on recruiting. We have been passed by Washington for Willie Sylvan, the 5-star quarterback. I just don't know if we're going to be able to keep up. I can switch him to a hard sell. I'm sure I can figure out what his hard sell is at this point with the brand exposure plus championship contender, but I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up. We have the lead on Brenton Mettenberger, but Arizona State is in the mix as well, and they gained more influence than us, and I believe Stanford did also. So we got to change some things, it looks like, here in the recruiting. It is not going very well. So I'm still going to go after Willie Sylvan. I have switched to a hard sell with the +10 from DMing the player as well. We only have 40 points left to spend. I'm going to put that into a visit for Willie Sylvan. We can just have it be during the bye week, which is just a net positive, but is that going to be too late? Surely we can find a way to beat Minnesota, right? And he likes brand exposure. That is one of his deal breakers. So we'll go brand exposure for that visit. And that is currently all of our hours, but we have switched him to a hard sell, which hopefully might give us more influence than Send the House, depending on how good that hard sell is. At this point, I'm going to give up on Anthony Crum. He's going to Oregon. There's nothing we can do about it. They're just gaining way more influence than us. But anyway, I have changed up the board. So far, recruiting not going particularly well. I think we're probably going to lose out on Willie Sylvan, which really sucks. We may even lose out on Brenton Mettenberger, but I have adjusted basically all of these guys to be a hard sell because all of the hard sells were honestly really good, which is a positive. We should be gaining bonuses from the fact that that is so good. I'm leaving these guys who have championship contender as a deal breaker on the board because you never know. Maybe we catch a few wins and they're back in the mix. I would hate to lose out on a guy like George Okene because we took him off the board, but then suddenly we're starting to win again. So I'm just leaving them on the board for now, and we kind of just see how things go. Before we head into the second game of the episode, here's a look at the top 25. Oregon currently ranked 4th. Still a ton of undefeated teams, of course. Nothing super surprising in the top 25. A few teams may be overperforming. We, of course, know in real life, Florida State is absolutely miserable, but they're still quite good in college football 25. Garbers does have 10 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. He did throw a few interceptions in the Indiana game when we actually played it, but I guess re-simming it, he didn't throw any. He is kind of balling out, but he's just throwing too many picks, fumbling the football. It's not like anybody can really play above him, to be honest, though. Although Justin Martin, I think, is pretty capable. So if we want to make that switch, we can. But for now, it is still Garber's team, but I do think that his leash is a little bit shorter at this point. But on to the second game of the episode. UCLA back at home today to face off against one of the best teams in the nation, the Oregon Ducks. They're going to be one of the biggest challenges UCLA has to overcome here in the Big Ten, and I think it's going to be quite some time before we're ready to contend, but let's see what UCLA has. Obviously almost upsetting LSU a week ago. As always, we jump ahead. UCLA does start with the football, and they do get a first down to start this drive. 2nd and 1. And now 1st and 10 up to the Oregon 40. What do we have here for the UCLA Bruins? What are the Bruins brewing? I made that joke already. J. Michael Sturdivant with the first down reception. Garbers on thin ice, as I've mentioned. Back to throw here, has all kinds of time. Takes the check down to Sturdivant for the 2nd play in a row. That's his first 2 grabs on the day. And that brings Garbers over 1,000 passing yards on the season. 2nd and 4 from the 22 for UCLA. It's Harden in the backfield, but Garbers will look to throw. And that's going to be intercepted. Ethan Garbers with another interception. 1st and 10 Oregon, just when the drive was looking good. Garbers throws a tough pass and the Ducks pick it off. I'm tempted to bench him immediately after that, Garbers I'm talking about, but I don't think the leash can be quite that short. That feels a little bit extreme. Gotta allow him the occasional mistake, but I think if he throws another one this game, we're probably putting in Martin for the rest of it, as it's a 23-yard reception for Evan Stewart to get the Ducks a first. 2nd and 3 now. And another first as they're past midfield at this point. And then a touchdown, a 45-yard touchdown for Tez Johnson from Dylan Gabriel. And the Ducks will take an early lead. And UCLA bounce back from the deficit. 3rd and 4, 4th and 11 after a sack. And they will punt it away. And now Oregon, with all of the momentum, will they manage to score again? No, they actually go 3 and out. So they'll punt it away also. Closing in on the end of the first quarter, big first down for the Bruins. 2nd and 10, and now a 3rd and 4, and it's the end of the first quarter. Jump ahead of play. It's a 4th and 2, kind of in this no man's land territory. They've punted it every time I try to jump in on one of these. They are going for this one, so I'm glad I jumped in. 4th and 2 from the 39. Garber's still the man, but if he throws a pick, he might be done, and he threw a risky pass again. He had TMA wide open, but he went to Sturdivant for some reason. As we've turned it over again, I missed what happened. I jumped ahead one play, and we missed it. Was it another pick from Garbers? If it was, his day is done, but we'll hop in for this Ducks drive, as it's Dylan Gabriel leading the offense. It's a 3rd and inches, and he'll hand it off to Jordan James, who gets the first down easily. 9 minutes left in the second quarter as James gets another carry, makes a man miss, and has another first down before being forced out of bounds at the opposition's 40. The Ducks are on the move. I really like these eggshell uniforms that they have, which is why I put them in him, as Jordan James gets 2 yards here on the carry. Let's exit after this play. We'll watch this one more play. I want to see what happened to Garbers. I literally jumped ahead one play as I was going to jump in for the rest of that drive with the Bruins. That is launched way into the air and it falls incomplete. Kind of a risky one there. But if we view the play history, we attempted a field goal, a 51-yarder, and our kicker missed it, which is how Oregon ended up in the position they are in. Not Garber's fault. Not Garber's fault. 3rd and 8 for the Ducks. Big 3rd down here for the Bruins defense. Can they get the stop? Dylan Gabriel throws, and that one into double coverage, knocked away. And the Ducks, wow, they are attempting a 55-yard field goal attempt. Kick is on its way. Looks like it has the leg, and that is right down the middle. Field goal is good, and it's 10-0 for the Ducks. Need a good drive here from the Bruins, but so far it's 3rd and 10, and now it's 4th and 14. We punt it away. And Oregon immediately with the football again, and immediately in UCLA territory. They're just a different breed of team. Like, we could keep up with LSU. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up with Oregon, as it looks like we're probably about to allow another touchdown. Maybe the defense forces another field goal. 13-0 sounds a lot nicer than 17-0 as James gets the carry, trying to find the edge. He gets the first, and they're going to have at least 3 more tries at getting this into the end zone. 1st and goal. Still James in the backfield, but Gabriel will look to throw. Running out of time. Hit as he throws. It's completed to the tight end. We hit the 2-minute warning. That was Terrence Ferguson on the reception. James still in the backfield, and on 2nd and goal from the 1. It's actually Wildcat. I couldn't find the quarterback. It turns out he was out wide to the left, and it's a touchdown for Oregon. That's Jaden Lamar with the touchdown off of the little toss forward from Jordan James. It's going to be 17-0 for Oregon when UCLA takes back over on offense. This one already feels like it is slipping away. Has to be a touchdown on this drive if UCLA wants any type of chance in the second half. Garbers back to pass as he takes the check down to Logan Loya, which gets us 5 yards. But there's less than 2 minutes left to play here in the first half, 1:40 to be exact. Garbers with Harden in the backfield with him does look to throw. Hit as he throws, and finding Logan Loya again. Really good throw there from Ethan Garbers. 1st and 10 from the 39 as Garbers is back to pass again. All kinds of time. Great pocket there as he finds his tight end. That's Moliki Matavao. Only good for a pickup of 1, though, and now we've only got about a minute left to play here in the first half. We got to move a little bit quicker, a little bit further down the field as he goes Matavao's way again, breaks 2 tackles and gets the first past the 50-yard line for UCLA. Empty set for Garbers. As time, great pocket again. Deep shot to J. Michael Sturdivant. He drops it. It was a perfect ball from Ethan Garbers, and Sturdivant just can't hold on. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Garbers under some pressure. He's going to take a big hit. And now a timeout called by the Bruins, actually, for a 3rd and 20, and they're just going to hand it off to the fullback. Fantastic. Why'd you call a timeout then? Because now Oregon just gets a minute left. What in the world? So now we're just going to punt it away. Oregon gets about a minute to try to drive down the field and score with 2 of their timeouts, which they only had to waste 1 because we chose to call one before calling a run play to the fullback. Some absolutely genius play calling here for the Bruins. 1st and 10 from the 24 for Dylan Gabriel and the Ducks offense. Can they find a way down the field and score before the half, as this one is caught by the tight end? That's Terrence Ferguson once again, 2nd and inches from the 33. Gabriel back to pass. Throws quickly again, finding another man. This time it's Tez Johnson on the reception, and they will burn a timeout after the 1st down. 32 seconds left to play. I mean, they could just get into field goal range. Their kicker already made a 55-yarder, so we know they can make it from about the 45-yard line, as that is another completion, but a loss of 3 yards, as I believe that was the halfback Jordan James on the reception. James is now at the bottom of your screen, wide to the left for Gabriel, but Gabriel will throw over the middle, and a speed burst there from Evan Stewart to get the 1st down, and the Ducks will burn their last timeout. 22 seconds left, but no timeouts remaining for the Ducks. 3 out wide in trips formation to the right, but Gabriel will just throw this one out of bounds. The AI loves to do this. 19 seconds left in the half, and I'm going to assume that Gabriel's just going to throw it away again, to be honest, and he does. So now it's a 3rd and 10 with 16 seconds left, and I'll bet you anything that Gabriel throws it away once again, as to not waste time. And what does he do? He throws it away. 4th and 10. They'll punt it away. We'll head to halftime. So 17-0 for Oregon, who does start with the ball in the 2nd half. And they will immediately go 3 and out. So here we go for the Bruins. 1st and 10 from the 36. Now 2nd and 10. Another big 1st down, and let's jump in. This is a big drive for UCLA. A touchdown kind of gets you back in it. No longer down 3 scores. As Garber scrambling, doesn't know what he wants, and throws it away. 2nd and 10 from the 24 for Garbers in the offense. Harden in the backfield to his left. He brings over TMA in motion. Garber's going to take another sack. He always runs backwards right before taking these hits as well. And now it's 3rd and forever. 3rd down and 20 for Ethan Garbers. Throws quickly left side, broken up in the direction of J. Michael Sturdivant. And we will attempt a field goal 51 yards from the left hash. Kick on its way. Are we finally on the board? We are indeed. 17-3 is your score. Well, at least now the lead is only 2 possessions, right? 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8. Another 3 and out for the Ducks. Defense playing very well. Caden Madrano with a sack. Now the offense with an opportunity to make this a 1-possession game with a touchdown. A big 1st down off of a penalty. Let's jump in again. So inside the Oregon 30, specifically at the 27, and Garber sends Harden out to the left, and then, wow, throws a scary throw in the direction of TMA. 2nd down and 10 from the 27. Garber's man in motion again. It's TMA again. The double fake, and then Garber's checks down to TMA, but it only loses him yardage. And now it's 3rd and 14. This offense so inefficient whenever I watch them, at the very least. From the 31, Garber's only a 3-man rush, but he's still panicking in the pocket, and he ultimately decides to throw it away during a 3-man rush. That is hilarious. About a 48-yard field goal attempt. He was good from 51 from the left hash. And he's no good from 47 from the left hash. 47, 48, somewhere in that range. And now Oregon takes over, still a 2-possession lead. Dylan Gabriel on a big carry. Just an ugly game for the Bruins, as now Oregon cooking its way down the field. And they score on a 46-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Gabriel to Trayshawn Holden. 46 yards, and it's going to be 24-3. I pretty much think this game is over. We'll enter the 4th quarter. UCLA does have the football, but then turns it over on downs. Oregon takes back over. And yeah, this game pretty much dead. Bruins maybe getting a touchdown here in sort of the middle part of the fourth, and they do. 28-yard rush for TJ Harden gets them on the board. It's 24-10. It's not completely over. We'll pay attention to how the offense is doing. They do force a punt defensively. Now it is 3rd and 9. They get the completion. A touchdown on this drive makes the game close. Okay, the offense is cooking. It seems like the offense does great whenever I'm not watching. Oh, and I have the bug yet again where I just have to watch the remainder of the game. 2 times in 2 episodes. Love that for me, as that is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Garbers under some pressure finds TJ Harden on the screen, who gets out of bounds at the 39 to set up a 3rd and medium for the Bruins. Garbers back to pass again. Blitz on its way, picked up by Harden. That is incomplete in the direction of J. Michael Sturdivant, and now it's 4th and 7. If this one doesn't convert, the game is over, but Logan Loya is going to get it done, and there's still a chance. UCLA would probably need to score before 2 minutes, try to conserve these timeouts. 1st and 10 from the 31. Garbers over the middle, finding his man. It's TMA. Touchdown UCLA, and they're back in this football game. It is a 1-possession lead for the Oregon Ducks, and the UCLA Bruins with an opportunity to steal a game away. Only going to be 24-17 after the PAT. And I mentioned I got that bug. I have no choice but to watch this. So a few first downs could ice the game for the Ducks. They'll start by handing it off to the halfback. That is Jordan James. 3 minutes left to play on 2nd and 5. They actually will go to the air, and it's knocked down. Not a good throw from Dylan Gabriel. Now it's 3rd and 5, and the clock stops. He's going to send his halfback to the left and then throw quickly for his favorite target. That's Evan Stewart, and that's a big first down for Oregon as we near the 2-minute warning now. They'll take their sweet time snapping the ball here, and it's a handoff to Jordan James. Good tackles there. Gets 2 yards. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning, which is just basically a free timeout for UCLA. So if they can get the stop during this down and distance, as that's not looking great, but if they can get the stop during this 3rd and 1, they will actually save a timeout for their own use on the offense. Has to be a stop here, though. If the first down is converted, the game is just about over. On 3rd and 1, delayed handoff, Jordan James, and he fights for it, and he gets the first. And that pretty much seals the deal for the Oregon Ducks. UCLA could still see the football if they get a stop here. Obviously, one more first down fully puts it away. I just see it being a little unlikely at this point. 2nd and 11, another handoff, and that one gets a couple yards to set up a 3rd and 9. So a stop here, we're looking at maybe 20 seconds for the offense. We shall see. James gets the carry. That's if you can get the stop, and they do. So yeah, it'll be about 20 seconds on the clock for UCLA. Maybe we see an absolutely insane punt return. No, he's calling the fair catch. Starting from the 27, no timeouts, 23 seconds on the clock, and you need a touchdown. What do you got, Ethan Garbers? You fake a handoff and then throw a pick. A pick 6, as a matter of fact. Why are we doing play action with 23 seconds left? Absolutely incredible play calling, play design, whatever it is. Play action with 23 seconds left, and then you just throw it right to the corner. Game over. The Ducks hang on. UCLA mounts a little bit of a comeback there. Shut out completely in the first half. 31-17 is your final. We fall to 1-3 on the season. How did Garbers do? I think that is the question on everyone's mind. 52 pass attempts, 26 of 52, 303 yards, 50% completion percentage, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. I think we're going to try out a different quarterback for the next game. TJ Harden was efficient, but didn't get a ton of carries. We're just always playing from behind, so we're throwing the ball a ton. Receiving, Sturdivant still had a pretty good day, though he didn't have his touchdowns and did not get over 100 yards. Defensively, Davies leading in solo tackles, him and Medrano with total tackles, Oladejo, Toya, Williams, and Henderson each with a TFL and a sack for Medrano, but no picks on the day for the Bruins. This team is a wild ride at this point. It's fun to watch. We'll advance the week, see how recruiting is going, as we are definitely not a championship contender at this point. So we have been locked out of a few players. And now, after playing number 4 ranked Oregon, we get to play number 4 ranked Penn State. Number 4 twice in a row. We're almost certainly losing Willie Sylvan to Washington, maybe even this week. Oregon might overtake us as well. We are still in the lead on Mettenberger, which is good. QB not actually a need for us, so while it does suck to lose the number 2 player in the country, there are worse things, that's for sure. And we're actually looking okay on a lot of these other guys ever since switching to the hard sell, except for Javon Fowler. USC is going pretty hard after him. We'll schedule a visit against Minnesota as well for him. He loves playing time, and you can get a lot of it here, son, I promise you. So hopefully we get a win there. I think we win this commitment if we get that win in week 7. I did realize I had 10 points or coaching points, so I have made it so I can spend 65 on a quarterback now. I still don't think it's going to be enough. If Sylvan will hold out for 1 week and we beat Minnesota when Willie Sylvan visits, we have a chance. It's super, super unlikely, but might as well go all out. Like I said, number 1 quarterback, number 2 player in the country is a 5-star gem. I think you guys would do the same. Let's hop into this game versus the Nittany Lions. And also remember, we're giving Justin Martin the start at quarterback today. So his awareness is not as good as Garber's, but the throw power a little bit better. He is worse at short accuracy, but about the same medium and a little bit better deep. They are relatively similar players, to be honest with you. And definitely, I think the edge in terms of actual skill goes to Garber's, but he just keeps throwing picks. So I don't know, maybe Justin Martin's AI is a little bit smarter. But mostly, I just want to see how it goes versus Penn State with Justin Martin. This has been a brutal stretch of games for UCLA, playing LSU, Oregon, and now Penn State. And Penn State on the road as well. This will be a really tough matchup. Can UCLA hang? Here we go. Penn State starts with the football. They've got an even more explosive offense, on paper at least, than Oregon, I think. 1st and 10 for Caden Saunders. And then they get a big first down from Saunders again, up to the UCLA 26. Let's jump in with our defense. The Nittany Lions, quarterbacked by junior Drew Aller. He will hand it off to Nick Singleton. And he can't break out of that tackle. Pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 as they near the red zone. Aller will hand it off to Singleton again and find some yardage, about 4 yards to be precise. And it's a 3rd down. Could be a big stand here for the Bruins. 3rd and 3 from the 19. Aller hands off. Singleton fakes the throw, but Singleton has the ball and he goes down. A good stand there from the defense. 4th and 8, they'll attempt the field goal from the right hash. It's 41 yards up, and it is good. The Nittany Lions strike first. So the first start for Justin Martin at quarterback. He wears number 6 back here in the backfield as he looks to throw on his first play as the UCLA quarterback, and he has a man deep down the field. It's TMA for a TD. Justin Martin on his very first throw as the Bruins quarterback finds the end zone via TMA. Touchdown. UCLA will take an early lead over Penn State. And how about that from Justin Martin? Well, that is not what I was expecting. 7-3. Penn State takes back over, and it looks like they're going to go 3 and out as they punt it away. And UCLA back on the field, the offense at least. 1st and 10 up to the 47. They're up to the 25. Justin Martin is cooking. Was Justin Martin all the Bruins needed? 1st and 10 from the 25. He'll hand off to TJ Harden. He's going to lose 4 yards. 4.5 left to play here in the first quarter. Martin is out of the shotgun. Harden stays in to block this time. Martin with a good pocket looks towards the end zone. A dot to a Xavier Staples. Justin Martin's got a beautiful deep ball, and it's a touchdown for the Bruins as that brings it to 14-3 pending the PAT. But Justin Martin playing his heart out. He wants the starting job permanently. 14-3 for UCLA, but Penn State with a big run from the quarterback Drew Aller up to about midfield. 3rd and 8, big 3rd down here. Now 4th and 8. And they do actually elect to punt it away. And it's another drive for the Bruins. 2nd and inches from the 44. Big first down here. Justin Martin carries it. He is not particularly fast, so does not have a lot of rushing ability. First quarter comes to an end, but we'll have to punt it away here on a 4th and 6. Not every drive can end in a touchdown, and that's okay. Penn State on the move on offense once again. And they will have to punt it away. So suddenly it's becoming a defensive battle. 9:30 left to play in the first half. Martin trying to lead this offense, but he'll go 3 and out. And we're punting back and forth, which only benefits UCLA, to be honest. 8:22 left on a 3rd and 6. All right, so now Penn State approaching the red zone. 7.5 left in the first half. Aller out of the pistol. He will hand it off to his halfback. This is going to be a good carry here for Nick Singleton. It's 7 yards to set up a 2nd and 3. Aller out of the shotgun again. He'll hand off once again to Singleton, who cuts this back, but a good tackle made. That is Keanu Williams who made that tackle, which brings us to a 3rd and 1. Could be a huge stand here from the defense. It's really less than one. It's handoff Singleton again, and he does get the first, only just, but that's all you need in football. And it's going to be another handoff. This time it's not Singleton, but it doesn't matter because Ramon Henderson brings him down. That was Katron Allen in the backfield, and now it's Singleton once again, but they will go to the air as Aller gonna go down. It's Keanu Williams with the sack, forcing a 4th and 17. Penn State will have to try to add 3 more via the field goal. And they do. It's 14-6 now as UCLA takes back over. And they do get the first. And with about 3 minutes left in the half, let's go ahead and jump in for this offensive possession. Justin Martin been very impressive today. Has had 2 deep ball touchdowns. 1st and 10 from the 38. 2.5 minutes left to play as Martin will look to pass. Only a 4-man rush. Checks it down to Logan Loya, who gets about 6 yards. 181 yards and 2 touchdowns thus far. 2-minute warning come and gone as Martin turns around into a sack. Down he goes. And that sets up a 3rd down and 10. So an interesting situation here for the Bruins. They could go for a run play and just force Penn State to burn a timeout, or they could try to get the first. It's looking like they're going to throw, so they're going to attempt to get this first down. Martin running out of time, though. Hit as he throws. It's a wobbler, but he finds TMA anyway. 1st down and 10 for the UCLA Bruins. A huge pickup for the wideout TMA. As Martin is back to pass again on the fresh set of downs. And he finds Xavier Staples for the first. Still Harden in the backfield out of the pistol. 1:20 left to play. Martin under some pressure, but finds Logan Loya. 2nd down. Bad snap, but Martin handles it. Fires deep down the field. He wanted the end zone again. I think he underthrew it a little bit. Had he put a little bit more air on that and maybe a bit further out to the right, that could be a touchdown. 3rd and 5. Martin up the seam, incomplete. Forced out of the hands. And it's going to be a field goal attempt for the Bruins, trying to make it a 17-6 lead before we head to halftime. Kick on its way, and that is good. So it is 17-6. UCLA playing pretty well today. 49 seconds and 3 timeouts, though, for Penn State, and wow, immediately they get a huge pickup. Already past midfield. Trying to get a field goal of their own, maybe. I'm sure they would prefer 6, though. 40 seconds left. Aller over the middle, and he finds himself being intercepted. As this is going to be a big return, and now UCLA with an opportunity for even more points. That's Brian Addison on the interception. Aller, I guess, just never even saw him. Tried to hit the streak up the left side over the hash and finds himself getting intercepted. That's a huge pick for Brian Addison, as now the Bruins offense, a chance to cook, maybe get some more points before we head to halftime. 1st and 10 UCLA. But from their opponent's 38, as Martin is back to pass, running out of time. Hit as he throws. That's going to be a throwaway. Nearly looked like it was intended for the ref. 2nd and 10 from the 38. Martin is back to pass again. Taking another deep shot, this time into double coverage, looking for Logan Loya. But nothing there. And is it going to be a quick 3 and out for UCLA? Even if it is, we are probably in field goal range. Staples the man in motion. As Martin looks to pass, big blitz on its way. Well, and now we're not in field goal range. As down goes Martin, he also fumbles, but recovers it himself. And on a 4th and 24, we have to punt. What a waste of the interception. Martin probably should have just thrown that away, and that is a horrific punt, or at least it looked really bad, but it got all the way to the 25. And I imagine that brings us to halftime. I'll jump to next play, see if Penn State gets anything crazy, but no. Goes to half, UCLA up 17-6, and we do start with the football here in the second half. It's 1st and 15 onto a 3rd and 11, and we're going to have to punt it away 3 and out immediately. Bad punt means that Penn State's already on our side of the field at the 30. 4th and 3 forced by the defense, though. They kick another field goal. So only a 1-possession lead, but we are up 8. It is 17-9. Defense playing really, really well today. And the offense gets something going. Well, there's a first down to the 45. Now it's 3rd and 10, 4th and 13. They run the ball on 3rd and 10, and TJ Harden loses 3 yards. So we punt again. The Nittany Lions with an opportunity to tie this game up with a 2-point conversion if they were to get in the end zone. But a 4th and 1 around midfield, they will punt. The third quarter just going away very quickly. Both teams having to punt quite a bit. A 3rd and 5 here, a big first for the Bruins to Logan Loya. Justin Martin seems to like Logan Loya a lot. Martin goes down for a sack, though, and now an incompletion means it's 3rd and 14, and a 4th and 14 means yet another punt. So the Nittany Lions had to start from their own 1. Actually, it looks like they started from the 3, and now they're on the 1. Let's see if the defense can get the safety. Wow, inside the 1. Really inside half a yard. Almost on their goal line. It's a handoff. Singleton, he breaks away, nearly getting a first, only a yard or 2 shy. Man, that is disappointing. It's about a yard and a half here on 3rd and 1. Could still be a huge stop from the Bruins if they can manage it. It's going to be another handoff. Singleton, good tackle there on the outside edge. That is Ramon Henderson making the play, and now the Nittany Lions have to punt out of their own end zone, which means very good starting field position for UCLA, assuming he doesn't fumble, and he does not. So we're already past the 50 to start this new drive. Let's jump in with the offense on this one. The camera has flipped sides of the field, which is a little bit confusing, but no big deal. 1st and 10 from the 46 as Martin throws, has a man open. It's TMA. He loves TMA. He loves Logan Loya. Have not seen much of Sturdivant with Justin Martin in. I can see him there on the bottom of the screen, though. I know he's in the game. Martin looks to throw again, stepping up in the pocket. Hit as he throws, but he throws it away. For some reason, Staples was all the way out of bounds on that play. 2nd and 10 from the Penn State 27. Handoff, TJ Harden. And he finds 4 yards to make it a 3rd and medium. 6 yards to go for number 6, Justin Martin. And it's going to be another handoff to Harden, and he gets it. I was surprised to see a run, but it actually worked out. Makes it a first down at the 16. So Martin in the offense cooking so far. We're going to go back to Harden again, and he'll get about 4 more yards. On a 2nd and 6, it's still Harden in the backfield, as it'll be a handoff to him. Not great blocking there on the outside. He gets 2 yards, and now it is a 3rd and 4 from the 10. We know how field goal attempts go from about this range. As Martin scrambling, turning, throwing, intercepted. That one has potential to be a pick 6. Need TMA to chase him down to prevent the 6 from happening, and he does. Up to the 38, a huge wasted opportunity for Justin Martin. His first severe mistake of the day. It's a really, really bad one. An incompletion there is fine because we probably get 3 points, although we do know that they miss from the hashes a lot at that range, the CPU kickers, that is. But man, the interception there is just about the last thing you need. UCLA just has this habit of giving the momentum back to their opponent late in games. It's a really good tackle there from Brian Addison, who's kind of been the hero of the day. 2nd and 9 from the 37 for Penn State. 8 minutes left to play in the game. Is Singleton going to get the carry here? And he stands up Henderson, just runs through him to get 8 yards and give themselves a short 3rd down. I imagine they will run the ball here. And they will to Singleton. He's going to get the first easily and a little bit more just outside of the red zone. He goes down at the 21. 2nd and 5 at the 16. Aller is out of the shotgun. Singleton to his left, and it is a handoff to him, and we're right there. That's Devin Kirkwood on the tackle to set up the 3rd and 2. out of the pistol. I gotta imagine this is going Singleton's way. It is, and in the backfield, the hero of the day, it's Brian Addison making another play. So on 4th and 6, Penn State going for it here. This is a big time 4th down, and it's completed over the middle, as that is a bad give up by the defense. As now it's 1st and goal from the 3. Penn State a chance to tie. They would, of course, need the 2-point conversion as well, as this is a trick play, a little toss forward, a diving attempt, not in. So still from the 2, it's 2nd and goal. That was Liam Clifford attempting to get into the end zone, and it's a speed option. Drew Aller, nothing there. Brought down from behind, and now it's a 3rd and goal from the 3. Aller, direct snap actually to Singleton, and he stood up at the goal line. At the 1, it's now 4th and goal, so from the half-yard line, they're going to try one more time. Singleton not in on this play. It's up to Drew Aller, but it is a handoff, and we're in the backfield immediately. It's a turnover on downs, and the Bruins will take over. Looking like they're potentially going to get a victory over number 4 ranked Penn State. That was Jay Toya, by the way, that got in the backfield for the TFL. And now UCLA has taken over with not a lot of time left. Let's see if the offense can finish this game out. 2.5 minutes left to play. Can we upset a top 5 ranked team in the Penn State Nittany Lions? We almost did it against Oregon. We almost did it. Well, LSU was a top 20, and we're going to take a delay a game here. These are the types of mistakes you don't want from Justin Martin. Almost beat a ranked opponent against LSU, almost beat a ranked opponent against Oregon. Let both of those games slip away, and we beat Penn State. Justin Martin, you just got to keep the football safe over the middle. A risky throw, but finding Xavier Staples for a big 1st down, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. So now I expect UCLA will be running the football, as this is going to be a handoff to Harden. There's nowhere to go. Falling forward, maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, and State burns their 1st timeout. You just have to run the ball here. You got to burn those 3 timeouts, force them to beat you without any time management, as they get another quick stop. I actually would not be shocked to see UCLA go to the air here on 3rd and 11, because a 1st down goes a long ways, but no, they keep it on the ground. Harden with the carry holds on to the football, and Penn State burns that last timeout. So it's 4th down. UCLA no choice but to punt this away. 1:50 remains, and Penn State no timeouts remaining. Need a good punt here. It does get past the 20, but it is returnable. He gets up to the 28, which is where Penn State will start their drive. The good news for UCLA is that they cannot possibly lose. Worst case for UCLA right now would be overtime, which is still a pretty good scenario considering we're a huge underdog in this game. Aller incomplete on the first play of the drive. 2nd and 10 from the 28. Throws quickly as a man up the seam. That's not the seam, actually. That's just out wide to the left. But a big 1st down there to the 50 already, and they hurry it up. Clock, of course, stops when you get the 1st down. 1:30 remaining from the 50. Aller back to pass. Great pocket. Checks it down. It's intercepted over the middle. Game over. Penn State is going to be upset by UCLA. Drew Aller throws a pick over the middle, looking for the check down to the running back. We capitalize on the mistake, get the interception, and UCLA going to exit with a victory. It's John Vaughns, the senior middle linebacker, with the pick to save the day, just stepping in front of Singleton. And I don't know about you guys, but I at least wanted to watch them take the knee. Justin Martin, in his first start this season, gets the victory for the UCLA Bruins, as they will exit with a 17-9 victory over number 4 ranked Penn State. Of all the teams I expected us to get wins against, Penn State was not on that list. TMA with quite the day. 4 catches, 109, and a touchdown. Justin Martin, you have earned yourself another chance to start a football game, young man. I was impressed. He had that one really dumb interception that almost cost us the game, but otherwise his deep balls were great. His throws down the field were always very accurate, a lot better than what Garbers was doing. Just generally more impressed with Justin Martin. Here's the player stats on the day for UCLA. Martin, 17 for 32, 53% completion percentage. Really is not very good. 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. It was enough. I'm not trying to say this was some incredible game. The 2 deep ball touchdowns were awesome. Glad we got to witness both of those. But yeah, it wasn't like the best game ever, but it was better than Garber's that we've seen to this point at least. 14 for 32 for TJ Harden. Been super inefficient. Maybe this is why Keegan Jones was getting a ton of carries before I changed the depth chart. I don't know, maybe time to consider switching some stuff up there again. Logan Loya, 5 receptions for 40 yards, only 8 per reception. But it was Titus Mokiao Atimalala that carried us in the receiving game, 4 for 109 and a touchdown. And then Sturdivant did have 4 grabs for 66. I don't think we saw any of them. I think that was all in the sim. Staples with 3 for 64 and a touchdown. Defensively, it's Henderson with 8 solo tackles and 11 total tackles leading the way. Gary Smith, Jake Busick, and Ramon Henderson each with 2 TFLs. Toya and Williams with a sack, and of course 2 picks on the day, one from Brian Addison and the other one from John Vaughns. Well, how about that? I expected to be exiting that game at 1-4. Instead, we're 2-3 with a huge win over a very good football team in Penn State. In fact, we did not allow them into the end zone. Those 9 points coming off of field goals alone. We advance the week, and we do lose out on Willie Sylvan. He did ultimately decide to commit to Washington. I was hoping he'd wait 1 more week, especially seeing us beat a team like Penn State. I mean, come on, man. But he does commit to Washington, unfortunately. And our next game is against Minnesota. We've got a couple of recruits visiting, but that is actually going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the continued support. Let me know what you think of the format. I'm still kind of trying to work out the kinks with, you know, the format of this, how much of each game I want to show, if we're just going to sim games entirely. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. I do appreciate it. Also, I have created a Discord. It is open to the public, but you will gain certain benefits by being a member of the YouTube channel. If you are a member, you will receive things like your name at the end credits of every single episode of every single video. You'll get some exclusive content, like maybe some bloopers or behind the scenes stuff. And there are even more rewards for the different tiers. So take a look at it if you're interested in becoming a member. It truly means the world to me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your guys' support. But if you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next episode, where hopefully we can turn this season around and maybe get some recruiting done.